It's that special time of year. It is Toy Fair 2017 in New York, which is great for the hobby because now we know every single blaster that's going to be coming out from now until fall, including all of their suggested retail prices and everything. These are basically the final production models that people are taking a look at right now at that location. I'm not there because, well, I was invited to go actually, but I couldn't afford that venture. You know, it's on the other side of the country for me. I'm in the Seattle area. That's on the... You can see that's a very difficult venture, especially when I was invited like a month before the thing was coming out. I knew my paycheck wasn't going to support that. But that's a good thing, because I've actually tried to talk about these things before. I've done kind of, you know, a couple of videos and stuff on them. And then, of course, I actually did get together with Clowny Nerf, Hawkeye 007, Drifting Gambler Mods, and even a couple of other guys from the Discord. We tried to talk about all these blasters and kind of edit it together and put it out online, and well, we had like 7 dudes in the room, and it is impossible to edit that because people were talking over each other constantly because there's too many people with too many opinions. And then the worst part is, Clowny's audio was god-awful. Sorry, Clowny. But, well, people still want my opinion, and I was going to try to edit that video, and I couldn't. And while there were some gems, like we guessed exactly how the Dreadbolt was going to work, there was a lot of misconceptions as well, which thankfully now that's not here because we have all these straight information that I get to share with you today. This is going to be fun. I'm going to go over every single release that is stated in Hasbro's press thing and the price and then what I think about the blaster. We're going to start off with the Modulus line. There are 2 new blasters on that list joining the Stock Shot and the Barrel Shot. Barrel Strike. It's stupid names, but regardless, one of them is the Big Bad Regulator, which is the first time Nerf has had any kind of select fire system in any blaster, stating exactly that it's using infrared technology to count how many darts are leaving the barrel, and, well, you got single fire, burst fire, and of course full auto. Now, in the product description, it just says burst fire. And then if you watch some of the videos online, I know I did watch a couple from different people. The Hasbro guy was very conservative in saying the burst fires usually 3 to 4 darts, which means they don't really have that good of control over the entire mechanism. But one thing I'm glad about is that it's not a stupidly expensive blaster. It's a $60 blaster, but I was expecting it to be at least $80. And I really thought Hasbro was going to completely rip everybody off with that. Thankfully, they're not. The problem I have with the Regulator is that because of this control mechanism, if you try to overvolt this, and again, it's not out, I'm just doing, this is just basic, you know, everybody thought of this as modified blasters. Chances are when you modify this thing, you're gonna blow the circuitry if you try to overvolt it. And that's a huge problem. And stock Nerf blasters have a very lethargic rate of fire. Even the Hyperfire, which is the fastest firing stock Nerf blaster they have, is absolutely nothing compared to like the Blvd Destiny or the Boomco Rapid Madness. So it's stock rate of fire isn't going to be that good to warrant the burst fire. And then you got the, yeah, you can see the problem. And then keep in mind things like the Boomco Colossal Blitz had both a mechanical semi-auto and then a motorized full auto, which worked absolutely flawlessly. Not too excited for the Regulator. I'm hoping I'm proven wrong. I'm always welcome to be proven wrong. In fact, we'll talk about me being proven wrong, but I'm not looking forward to this at all, and I'm really hoping that it's better than I think it is. I don't think it will be, but right now I'm giving that thing a solid pass. I'm not interested at all unless somebody, oh, don't worry, Walcom, you can modify to do this, because just about everybody I talk to, Clowny Nerf, Drifting Gambler Mods, Hawkeye 007, we all pretty much said it's gonna be terrible because of that. Hopefully we're wrong. But a new surprise is the Modulus Night and Day Scope. Now this thing's gonna cost you $50 and it's attachment for your blaster. But it offers 5 times optical zoom, which not a single Nerf scope in history has ever had any kind of zoom. And on top of that, it offers both a day mode, which is normal, and a night vision mode. Now, if you've ever found the Spy Gear, you know, goggles, the night vision goggles, which I've had before, I've used them and owned them. I used them at Dart Wars during Glow Night, which is fun. They work okay. They're legit night vision goggles. They work okay. They're not super great. They're not like military grade or anything like that. They give you about 15 feet. Anything past that is just a dark shadow. And unfortunately, when you're looking at the thing, even though it uses infrared LEDs, there's still a red tint to them for whatever reason, and you can plainly see them. Maybe at a certain distance you can, but it was pretty obvious. So we don't really know too much about this scope, but if it works slightly better than the night vision gear from Spy Gear, which was relatively good, I will say this will be worth picking up. This is a very big if. I'm excited for this attachment, even though it's $50, as long as it works okay. It's one thing, Hasbro, don't screw this one up. That's, of course, not everything announced thus far. Coming out of the Nerf Mega line, we've got the Twin Shock. Absolutely no surprise to anybody, because we've already seen a full unboxing and review of this thing, which I assume was a product sample leaked from the factory before Hasbro could get it to the fair. And I'm assuming we'll probably see this thing, again, just like the regulator and the scope, we're most likely going to see these things about May, June, July, probably the latest, because that's when we always get the summer stuff or the fall stuff. Now, Twin Shock is a decent idea. It doesn't really look that good in my opinion, and I don't like the pump grip on it. I prefer what the Double Breach has, but the Double Breach is $25 for what it is, which is slightly too expensive in my opinion. The Twin Shock's what it should have been. It's 10 darts, $40 for the blaster, and it's pretty darn big. Looks like it works fine. It does do that. It's basically a rough cut. It's exactly what it is. I don't know if the internals still have two plunger tubes like the rough cut, but from what we've seen it function, it has the two-stage trigger, it has slam fire, it has all that stuff. It looks darn good if you're into this kind of thing. 10 darts, $40. It's certainly functional, especially if you can get a kind of speed loader system going like people have made for their rough cuts with almost like clips that feed in. I'm not too terribly excited for it. I thought this was a little bit too late. Mega's been way due for a shotgun, and it's only now that we're getting it. And the fact they put out the Double Breach and then they put out this thing, I think the Double Breach looks phenomenal, and I will get one when it's not $25. If I could ever see one for $14 or something online, I will buy it in a heartbeat because I'm really interested in it. That's the Mega line. Up next, we've got the Zombie Strike line, and I am super excited. Now, ironically, this is my most excited blaster out of everything announced so far, and that is the Dreadbolt. This thing, we talked about this. I was super excited for this thing. I know Jake is super excited for it. Really, really looking forward to this thing. A lot of people don't like the fact it doesn't shoot darts. It doesn't shoot. It uses the kind of Rebell arrows that we're used to. I'm still super stoked for it. I think it looks phenomenal. And the best part was we kind of thought, it's a $50 for this little bow. Well, I mean, they already kind of did that with like the Revolution bow. That was $40. That thing's a massive piece of plastic. I've got one sitting right back here somewhere. And yeah, this is $50, what gives? And we thought maybe that gray thing on the front, it looks like it pivots. Maybe it's like a lever. And sure enough, that is exactly what this blaster is. You crank this lever down, which pulls the string back, and then you just feed an arrow down the front of it, and then you fire, then you crank it and repeat, and it has dart storage on the front of it. I am so stoked for this blaster. I am so happy. I love the arrows. It's just all of the arrow blasters have been really hit and miss. This is looking phenomenal. I cannot wait, and the biggest reason for that is I'm going to paint it to be the crossbow from Rust, because I happen to go around and do things like this. Yeah, that satisfying crunch, that's a headshot. And no, I don't have a crosshair on the screen. But of course, that's not everything. Up next, we've got the Doom Lens, and really, besides the Negotiator, which is already on shelves, there's the Judge. We saw this thing. I was actually leaked this thing from somebody in my comments, and I did a video on it, and wow, well, he was right. He actually did mention in the comments that it was a triple shot blaster, so good on them. I don't remember your name, unfortunately. Go watch my Judge video to find out who that was, because I gave him full props there. Now the Judge is in people's hands, and it's on the show floor. And, well, it's a 10-shot, 3 darts per shot blaster. Basically, that entire front end that looks like a jet engine, that is a turret for triple shots. It's like a super triple shot. 10 shots, 30 darts. That is not a small number. Ranges we don't know about or anything like that, and Doom Lens doesn't ever state it, but we can probably guess it's going to be semi-decent. I'm guessing it's going to be better than the rough cut, or not the rough cut, the Sledge Fire. But It's $60, and the thing is massive and, in my opinion, very ugly. Now, if you're running this thing, you are running it as a dedicated shotgunner. This thing, I don't see any hopes for it ever being a secondary. You could definitely sling it. There are sling points on it, but that thing it's huge. Every single picture you see of somebody holding this thing, it is the biggest blaster, like, ever. It's like Mastodon-sized big. Keep that in mind, and it looks, in my opinion, ugly as sin, but it's just a pump-action shooter with a 10-dart turret. That's insane. And I mean, I hope it's good. I'll probably pick one up because it's definitely different, and I like that. But it's like a dedicated shotgunner, and even then, it's like, is it worth it? Well, we'll find out. Honestly, I'm on the fence. I'm kind of thinking, maybe, maybe not. I'm not a fan of the aesthetic whatsoever. Hoo boy. And the Alien Menace line. We've got one new blaster announced so far, bringing the total up to 3. Now, Doomlands and Alien Menace are just not doing too well right now. I mean, even Zombie Strike only got like one new blaster as well. The Alien Menace Voidcaster. Now, people were really excited for this when they first saw it, because not only does it look rad, I mean, this is one of the better looking blasters they've had in this entire announcement so far. It's interesting, and we couldn't figure out how it worked. Well, a lot of people figured that it might be like the Snapfire, because that weird trigger is very similar to a Snapfire. And then we got the Dartfire, which I've already done a review on, which is a semi-auto or double action blaster. Well, this isn't that, unfortunately. It directly states in the entire thing that it is pump action. $20, 4-dart smart AR, comes with 8 darts, looks good, pump action. Well, maybe? I'm not quite sure how I feel about this one. I know a lot of people are excited about it. Alien Menace line, while the Incisor was a good blaster, I just didn't really dig the aesthetics that much. I'd rather stick with my Fearless Fire. The Ravager is a complete joke, and this thing's kind of in the middle of both of those. It's definitely better than the Ravager, and there's no accurate, no range testing or anything on it so far. I'm guessing it's probably going to be under elite ranges. We'll find out, and hopefully the system is good. It just looks weird, and yeah, it's not a semi-auto, it seems like, or a double action. I know some people get crossed when you try to interchange the two. Which is a little disappointing, because I heard from everybody that it was confirmed to be double action, and it doesn't look like it's that at all. Up next in the rival line, there's only one new blaster announced right now, and we already know every single thing about it, and that is, of course, the Nemesis. Wow, way to pee all over in the faces of everybody who bought a Chaos. I know a lot of you are going to be saying, I like the Chaos. I really like the Chaos, and that's fine. And darn, the Chaos is like $30 cheaper than the Nemesis, but the Nemesis is pretty much a better blaster in every single possible way. I own a Chaos myself. I have plans for it. And, well, I did poop all over the fact that the Chaos didn't have removable magazines. I even said in the comments of that video, because I think I barely touched upon it in that original video, which is like a year old at this point, keep in mind, that it didn't have it didn't have extra magazines. And the blaster came out in June, and it's only now that apparently we're getting removable magazines for it, extras. A little too late. Not only did they announce a better blaster in every single way with a 100-dart hopper that is full auto just like the Chaos, looks better than the Chaos, it's super quick to reload. I love how they did the exact thing I wanted them to do. It's exactly how I said the Chaos was supposed to have worked, in my opinion. And they just go off and, here's the Nemesis, it's way better. Oh, here's your magazines for your Chaos. Apparently the Chaos magazines are going to cost $18, which is way cheaper than I thought they'd ever put them out. But again, until I see the thing, I'm not going to freaking believe it. I mean, I want to be proven wrong because I have a Chaos. I'd love to get extra magazines for it. Are you kidding me? They're $18. I'll buy 2 more. That'll bring me up to 120 rounds, and it'll be good. But I have to buy 3 more magazines, 2 more magazines, bringing the total up to 120 darts to keep up with the Nemesis. And keep in mind, I mean, I got my Chaos for $52, but that's still bringing it up past the freaking Nemesis's price tag. That is just a slap in the face, Hasbro. That is not cool. Thank you for putting it out. I mean, but really, to fire whoever did the Chaos, because I know some people were really excited. Oh, mag changes. Oh, I'm a super Call of Duty tactical guy. I can mag change 2 seconds while, you know, somersaulting through a minefield underwater with a tarantula on my hand. I don't get it. Whatever. Strike series. Now, this is interesting because this also crosses into Rebell quite a bit. It seems like the Rebell line is also pretty much the AccuStrike line. 2 new blasters announced so far. One of them being the Raptor Strike, which is a $50 blaster that is, well, it's a long shot or long strike. Aesthetics are pretty much you either hate it or love it. I think it looks pretty cool, although there's some areas that don't look all that good to me. It's got an extendable, adjustable bipod, so unlike the one that's on the Centurion, that thing you can actually adjust to be different levels and stuff like that. And they directly say you can choose between power with the Elite darts or accuracy with the AccuStrike darts. So these things are not meant to hit long distances, unfortunately. And I still am trying to work on this dumb thing. The pump quit on me. I really want to know what those AccuStrike darts do at like 200 FPS or 400 FPS. I don't think there's a video out on that yet. I'm going to jump on that. But until tomorrow, when I probably get this thing done, I don't know what to think about this blaster. It comes with 2 really cool looking 6-dart clips. Has clip storage in the stock. It's $50, and like everybody who just bought an Alpha Hawk for $40, again, kind of seems like a slap in the face. That's what the Alpha Hawk should have been out of the box, and it's not. Then you put out a blaster it just seems the dumbest thing. Darn it, Hasbro. I'm, again, pretty hit or miss on this one. I'm not sure if I'm going to rush out there to pick one up, but you never know. My mind might change, and it might be the best blaster ever. Alpha Hawk is one of those blasters I'm looking for because I have a cool mod idea for one, but I ain't paying no $40 for an oversized Spectre. I mean, I have an Elite Spectre in box over there. I don't need to open up buy a thing that's pretty much inferior than it in every single way. My opinion, anyway. Now, Rebell is also part of the whole AccuStrike kind of thing. You probably saw like the Rebell Focus Fire Bow, which was an Outbreaker bow from the Zombie Strike line, but with AccuStrike darts. Same things, and both of those are reshield Spectres, so I didn't really care all that much about them, but they put out another new Rebell blaster in the kind of AccuStrike line, which is the Combo. And this thing is really sweet. It's a $30 blaster. It's like a cool, it's a bow, a little tiny mini crossbow looking thing that is on top of another blaster that has like a really swept handle with a stock in the back of it. There's a picture, don't have to worry about it. The point I'm trying to make is I really like this mechanism because when it's on top of the Combo itself, there's a 4-shot Smart AR blaster down there, and then there's another 4-shot pullback blaster on top of there, and they can separate to be 2 different blasters. They're both 4-shot Smart AR. I'm guessing they're going to work about the same, except for the bottom one's going to have, some kind of trigger mechanism, and the top one's not going to have that. And that's really interesting. I like this stuff a lot. I love to see kind of innovation like this. Most likely going to suck, but it looks really, really cool, so not a whole lot to be upset right there. $30, not a bad price for 2 Smart AR system blasters, and I really like the look of that bottom blaster with that stock and that grip. It looks really good to me. Now, we get into some craziness. Now, we have a new Star Wars blaster that was announced. This thing is $80, and it's a Strife. I mean, we already had the Captain whatever blaster. You know what I'm talking about, the Strife that lights up, makes sounds, and came with a Spectre barrel, or all the crazy attachments. Well, this is the same thing, kinda, except for it looks rad, and it's huge. Holy crap, this thing is massive. It's gonna be worth buying for $80. I highly doubt it, but this thing looks so cool. Sometimes that's all it takes. I'm guessing it's a replica from one of the movies. I don't know. I haven't seen any of the new Star Wars movies. Please don't flame me for that. I just don't really watch movies all that often. I can't really sit still long enough to do something like that. But this thing looks cool. It feeds in from the side like a Raider. It's got a really sweet grip on it. Stock, long barrel. A lot of people were complaining about that long barrel that I saw all over Reddit. But it looks so cool in my opinion. But for $80, time will tell if it's going to be worth that. One more thing. Now, we do have, this is cool, we have the Platinum Bow from last year. I wanted this blaster, or bow in this case, but it never showed up. It was supposed to show up in the Rebell line. Well, they've rebranded it for the Dude Perfect line. Dude Perfect being those YouTube stars that do all the trick shots with Nerf blasters. Whatever. But now they have the Platinum bow. I'm excited because I want this bow. This is the closest thing I'm probably going to get to the Monster Hunter bow in Nerf. So I want to have this giant bow that I can not only shoot lances at people with, but then stab them when they get close. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope this time it actually comes out. I think it's about $50. I didn't really see a price tag for this one, but I'm guessing it's going to be about that much. And hopefully they sell 2 packs of arrows somewhere down the line as well, because I have a feeling I'm going to like this one a lot. And that's every single brand new Nerf blaster coming out in 2017 that we know of right now. This is what they had at Toy Fair. Now I say, well, they always seem to have a couple of blasters that weren't there that just show up. So we'll wait to see how that turns up. But let me know what you think about these blasters down in the comment boxes below. Do you think they're, do you disagree with my opinions on some things like the judge or the regulator? Do you think I'm wrong, or do you agree that the Dreadbolt is the most exciting thing that's coming out? Again, in my opinion. Let me know what you think. I'm pretty excited either way. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Walcom S7, and of course I hope to see you in an entirely different one.